My whole life I wanted a clear or translucent Masters of the Universe action figure, and finally I've got like 5 of them coming up after this. Okay, seriously, if I could have entered the Create a Character contest when they had it years ago, and many, many years ago in the 80s, being Canadian, I wasn't allowed to, but I would have made a translucent figure, and I'm so happy that these are out. I was kind of upset when I saw that they painted on the faces, but now that I have them in person, it doesn't look that bad, and I don't mind it as much. I guess Teela probably is the worst. It wasn't necessary. I guess I could always take it off if I want to. It's funny that they did that. It's unnecessary. The transforming He-Man, though, I guess he's glow in the dark. He looks like he's glow in the dark. That's just funny. I'm glad that they could make a figure like that so that they could cut costs. And we have this Orko in black. Just looks really cool. I guess I'd have to say that this Man-at-Arms is my favorite. Total translucent. Gold is pretty cool too. Let's open them up. In my last video, I totally complained about getting these cards off. Why couldn't have they just did a whole cover card where the plastic wrapped around? These are made for collectors. It doesn't make sense to make such wonderful packaging and then you have to destroy it to get the figures out. That is what Man-at-Arms looks like in the package. Now that is the cartoon episode that this figure was based on. The same goes for Teela. Very smart. I wonder how they remembered that these figures were in a show. Golden He-Man. That is his Filmation appearance. Transforming He-Man, we've seen that many, many times. And Orko's Shadow. Wonder what that says right there. The evil Shadow Weaver captures Orko's shadow and attempts to drain him of his magical powers. I guess let's start with him. Orko's my least favorite character in Masters of the Universe. Oh, I think this plastic is different. Maybe this is from Wave 3. Wave 4 plastic. I was having some major difficulty cutting open. So maybe some of these cards are going to be easier to take off than others. In my last opening of these, I cut the Sorceress's cape as I was trying to take out the cards. Yeah, the plastic bubble on this is much thinner than the Wave 4 ones. So it's exactly the same Orko that we got the first time around. They even gave him the bad flower. And this magic spell fits in his hand. He has head articulation. He does have wheels. I'm not a fan of the wheels. I would have preferred it being just flat. It's translucent black. It's not just solid black. I think I thought it was solid black in the package. It's translucent. The O is there. This is cool. Do his hands twist? His hands do not twist. In his magical blast, you can see some things. So you can mix and match that with your other figure. And you could put this blast in his hand, which is cool because his original blast was golden, so you could mix and match the different blasts. So that's cool. And then he's got like a wooden spoon wand, and then he's got just a stick wand, and I think they don't really fit into his hands very well. I remember that from when I opened up the original one. I have an Orko around here somewhere that I just found in the basement. It wasn't mine as a kid. It was one that I bought on eBay, but I didn't want to keep it with my toys because it was a little more scratched up. I say these things, and then I don't have them to show you. Yeah, I don't know what I did with that. Oh, I think I put them in the other room. Anyway, it was an ugly figure. I don't want to look at it anymore. This one, I really like. It's really cute. It's hunky, chunky, kawaii. Looks like it stepped out of the cartoon. Great colors. Yeah, it's an awesome looking toy. And the black one is even cooler. Okay, what else do we have going on? This, I believe He-Man is from Wave 4. And I believe the rest of them are from Wave 3. So this plastic on this bubble, I think, is going to be harder to cut. I'm getting into it pretty well, but wait till I start trying to get the card out, then we'll see. So transforming, translucent He-Man. Oh, the weapons are sweet. Getting the weapons in these different colors is pretty crazy. So we get the full sword in translucent, transforming, clear frosty. And then we get the half sword that can plug into Skeletors, which feels like a stir stick. I do not like the plastic it's made out of. The original rubbery plastic is much better. Did they fix the harness? Is the harness? Yeah, on the original figure, you couldn't do up the harness. You could either do up this part or you could do up the straps. You couldn't do them both up. It looks like that on this one, all of the straps are done up. You can see his inner workings. I don't know if you can see the spring in there, but I can see the spring in there. It might have more to do with the lights are pointing at me. But you can see the spring action in there. I mean, it's smooth. What a good spring action. And he feels pretty good. His legs broke really easily in the original release, so I have never bent them on He-Man. But these ones are bending pretty well. Apparently if you heat them, that they will work okay. He's got his orange wrist gauntlets, and he's got his little furry underwear, and his boots are painted, and his face is painted. Definitely doesn't look like He-Man from the cartoon. And his Iron Cross is painted as well. He's cool. He's very cool. Oh, and his shield is even cooler. Painted horribly. Kind of noticed that on the cross. Might have had to do with how the plastic could take the paint. Plastic does not feel good. I'm not going to risk putting that into his hand because it's brittle. I think that could break off easily. Usually in the original toy they had a piece of cardboard insert to cause that color. And I would have preferred that again here, even though it is translucent. That is a bad paint job. I'm thinking that the paint didn't stick very easily to that plastic. Just leaving this unpainted, leaving this whole thing unpainted, I would have loved it so much more. Maybe I should take acetone to it. I'll try to get this card. Oh no, I'll pull the card out now if I can. I'll look into them at the end of the video. This is one of the only cards that are different. That's really cool. It would have been cool to get like a black Evelyn. I wish they would have made a sorceress, so that's one that I'm definitely missing. I'm hoping with the new Masters of the Universe that they make that last wave first. I say this probably in every Masters of the Universe video that I make. But that last wave of Masters of the Universe figures, that's when I stopped collecting toys as a kid, and super regret it. Some of my favorite figures too, Randor and Ninjor and Snakeface, Squeeze, Teela sword in translucent blue, really cool. And then she has a shield with a clip, feels too brittle. I will not be putting that into her hand, because I have snapped some swords or some shields before. I've done that on Funko figures, though. Funko 5.5s. Not sure Master of the Universe, but the plastic just doesn't feel strong enough. Here Teela is in all of her translucent glory. The face would have been better off not painted. She does have the spring action twist, and you can see all of that mechanism inside of her. And so cool to have these. They look like some prototypes that the kids are making today, nowadays, with printable plastic printers. And I'm loving what I'm seeing in the prototype world, crafts world. I don't know what you call people who make the custom world. But I can't afford the prices that those kids pay. These figures are pricey enough. I think they probably cost me around $30 or $40 each after shipping and then import fees. And yeah, it's hard to get these to Canada. Even at the comic book shop, they'll have them at $35. I probably paid $30. Maybe paid $35. This is a great gold color. However, it feels funny. Is it painted? Yeah, the plastic feels really funny. It's risky, super risky bending the legs. Uh-oh, uh-oh. No. Okay, seems okay. Spring action waist. The gold on gold on gold. Why it's so sticky. It feels like it's painted. They wouldn't have painted, would they? I think they did. Is the paint coming off on the harness there, or is that paint from something else? But have they painted this? Painted a different color plastic? Remember the whole black plastic painting fiasco? I don't know, it feels like it's painted. Places in there you would be able to see, when I twist the waist, kind of looks white under there. I don't know, it's odd. The plastic feels strange, but I guess it has to be golden plastic. He looks fantastic and shimmery on camera, I have to say. He's more shiny on camera, capturing the lights. Again, his face doesn't look anything like He-Man, from the cartoon, but I never really cared. I mean, He-Man looked okay in the cartoon, but I don't even have an original. If I had the original He-Man, I have one around here somewhere. I have my original He-Man, and his face is awesome. Shield in gold unpainted. That is what I like to see. That looks good. And then we've got the two stir sticks. One is double-sided. One fits with Skeletors, which I'm a big fan of that because I am an original mini-comics kind of Masters of the Universe fan. I loved those original mini-comics. And two halves of a sword is just an awesome concept. Really interesting that they gave them the same accessories. It wasn't necessary with these. Maybe they should have made something, switched it up a little bit, gave them an odd accessory in their color, found translucent accessories from the cartoon and made them that way. That would have been a fun thing to do. Oh, yeah, this is hands down my favorite. Very loose leg that way. Why am I even moving their legs? I'm so worried about breaking them. Armor doesn't fit on very well for any of these figures. I don't know why they were able to do it so well in the 80s, but SUPER7 couldn't reproduce that. Look at him. He is translucent. You can probably see the spring mechanism the best in him. Face was unnecessary to paint, but it's not so bad on him. It's done in a gray and not in a black, so I guess that helps too. His armor is more frosted than the rest of his body. I need to get a 3D printer because I probably have so much fun printing out figures. I mean, I just have all of these clear figures and solid colored figures. I wouldn't want to paint them. I think paint takes away from a toy. I love when the solid colors make up the toy. That is what I fell in love with Masters of the Universe, was that we just had these crazy color combinations with the pops of color, and there was no paint or very little paint on the weapons, and you could just look at the details on them and appreciate them for their pops. That's another example of that. Just, nothing compares to that minimal paint awesomeness. Crystal Man-at-Arms is awesome. That's so cool. And he comes with his more frosted crystal mace. Fits in his hand. That's a nice change. And then he also has the blaster, which only needs one handle, really. And that's cool in the more frosted clear. Those are fun and great. And why does Teela's face have to be painted? Oh, the detail on it is, the paint job is pretty good. It's hard to show that off when I look at it closely. All right, that's them. I'm going to put them on some classic vehicles at the end of this video, so stay tuned if you want to see that. I'm also going to show you these cards. I think they're pretty much exactly the same cards as we had seen before. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see me review. We'll see you next time. I've been buying some retro-y toys and cleaning them and playing with them. I found, this is probably what sparked it off. I found this battle ram in such great condition, and I don't know if it had stickers on it, or you had to put stickers on it, or someone didn't put stickers on it, but this one is in such great condition, and I don't like stickers. I mean, the stickers that came with on Masters of the Universe stuff were so 70s psychedelic and everything, so they looked so good, but when I saw this in all of its simplicity and beauty, I bought it, and I think it was cheap. I think it was $10 or $15. I got to try these figures on this. It's such a nice thing to have. Yeah, that looks real good. Those are complementary colors at their greatest. And I had a Battle Cat in the basement, which I would have bought from like Value Village years ago. And he is in, I love the plastic that these are made out of. I have Castle Grayskull across the way there, and I have Point Dread too. And just, it had these 70s awesomeness. Look at this. Let's put somebody in here. Can we put somebody in here without their legs falling off? This, hopefully I got it for about $5 because it's missing everything. But something that it's not missing is the hook, and this actually still works. And it had the stickers on it. Some of them were coming off, and I just started taking them off. I managed to get all the glue off. Probably will scrape the rest of this glue off here, even though I don't mind it. I was thinking maybe I would find like some kind of pseudo orange wing thing. Anything would look good. Put on a tail on it too. But even by itself, that color combination, it's all about the color combination. And I don't know if their legs fit. Oh yeah, no, he totally can fit in there, and that looks good. Man. Then I have Screech and Zoar. Nice. Those are nice. They have some face paint problems. I also have their stands and armor. Battle Cat, usually when you find thrifty, his tail will be broken off. I don't know why or how kids did that. I had a lot of vehicles and stuff and castles, but I got rid of all of that stuff and only held on to my figures. And like I said in either this video or a previous one, my figures are in excellent condition. I was a pretty anal kid, and I played with them all the time, but I was very, very careful with them. So their paint and everything is looking real good. Of course, the elastics have given out in them. I haven't shown you these cards. I think these cards are exactly the same as the original ones. Yeah, they're the same ones. So I don't really have to show them to you anyway, because you can just look at my other videos. Look, see these two He-Man cards, because we opened up two He-Mans. He-Mans. They look exactly the same. And Teela's is I'm gonna need some work to get this one out. All right, love you guys. The lights are so bright.